So the goal here now is to create a way of manipulating or bending just the lumbar region of the vertebral column during extension and flexion of the lumbar. So the thoracic vertebrae are pretty much stationary because of their attachment to the ribs. There's not a lot of flexion or extension there. But the cervical and lumbar both have extension and flexion, but we're just going to focus on just the lumbar. So I have the path, the curve, selected as an object. And then I went to the rigging menu set, skeleton, and I'm going to go to, deform is what I want. Deform, nonlinear deformer, and bend. So now I've got a bend deformer. I want to make sure my deformer is right there. That green line now is my bend deformer. If you remember, if I hit T, I can move it. And you can see by default, it's not quite doing what I want. It's bending, but it's not in the right angle. So I can always make sure I'm back at 0. And I'm going to select that bend handle. And I'm going to rotate it. And I think I want to rotate it like 90 degrees in the y-axis. Let's hit T again. Get the transform. Okay, so now I can bend the entire curve, and as a result, I'm bending the entire vertebral column. Okay, then the next chore is to constrict that bending just to the lumbar region. So I'm going to move the curve down. That center point right there, that's where my handle is, my bend handle. Okay. So now I'm bending almost exclusively at the lumbar, which is what I want. I could maybe bring this down just a little bit, the upper bound. Let's see what's going on over here. So you can see there's the upper bound. I can bring this up because I really don't want to move at all from the below. And now you can see there's flexion and extension. And that's then what we'll use. We'll import the soundtrack and use those elements to, or use this bend handle to animate. Specifically, we'll animate the keyframe, the curvature value here. Other thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to, middle mouse drag the bend handle. I don't want it in the joints. I actually want to put it with inside the vertebra. So that bend handle is now a member of the vertebra. It's a member of that group. It's an element in that group. Okay. That way, if I move the entire column around, the bend handle will go with it. But I don't plan on doing that.